We've got people who are trying desperately to make a lot out of something that isn't there. Judge Wolf, how was the press, and specifically Bloomberg News, Bloomberg News reporter Zoe Tillman, able to review your August 2012 letter to a group of Judicial Conference colleagues? How did that happen?
I do not know. She sent me an email asking if I would speak to her, and I communicated that I declined.
Doesn't the timing of this seem a little odd? I mean, this is something that occurred 11 years ago, and days before this hearing, it magically appears. Did you leak a copy of the letter?
No.
To Ms. Tillman? Did you leak it to anyone else who may have given it to Ms. Tillman?
No, and actually, of course, I've thought about that question too, and you'll excuse me if I say something that may be supportive of all of you. I had not given those letters to any senator, any member of his or her staff. The administrative office would have these records.
Who did you give them to?
Nobody.
No one.
Correct. And Mr. Lee, I worked closely with your father when he was the Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Division, and I was Attorney General Levy's liaison to him. I think your father would have been very disturbed by the matters that I've addressed, A, and B, would have engaged, and I would have thought that members of the Senate from both parties would be concerned about whether the judiciary and anybody else was properly
Seriously?
interpreting it.
You're going to bring up my dad? You're here attacking a member of the United States Supreme Court on grounds that are frivolous, on grounds that have been rejected by two different iterations of the Judicial Committee that you're talking about. Twice rejected, and you have the audacity to come in here and invoke the memory of my late father? It's shame on you, sir. Okay, look, you submit a statement to this committee. It's a lengthy statement. Contains 122 footnotes. On page 2, you state that you're testifying, quote, as an individual and not as a representative of the Judicial Conference of the United States or the federal judiciary, close quote. Did your law clerks help you draft this?
Yes.
Who else helped you draft it? Who else was involved in the drafting of it?
Just my law clerks.
Straight off the bat, you can tell that this guy's full of it, right? I mean, and I'm glad to see Mike Lee put him in his place. He had no right to bring up his father. You could see that this was just another attempt to weasel his way out of answering a direct question. But what's really going on here is that Mike Lee is taking a stand to defend Clarence Thomas. And Clarence Thomas is one of the biggest thorns in the side of the woke Democrats. He's a strong black conservative Supreme Court justice, and he just kind of throws a wrench in every narrative they have. They hate that there is a black man that has conservative values that has gotten so far to push conservative values, to push freedom in America, and they can't call him a racist. They have trouble attacking him in the traditional ways that the left does. So what they try to do is they throw allegations at him. They try to defame his character in other ways. And you can just kind of see them spinning their wheels with all these attempts to try to take down Clarence Thomas. It's a challenge for them. But anyway, I think, Mike Lee did a great job here, holding his ground. Let me know what you guys thought of this clip in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.